Hi, hon. You a good girl, hon? You feeling good? Hi, hon. You feeling good, hon? Huh? You feeling good, honey? Oh, shit. I need the adapter for this, hon. I need the adapter for this, honey. Hey, Linda. Well, I'm a little daisy wanting extra attention. You hungry, honey? Let's see if this adapter's going to work on my phone. Is it or not? Yes, it is. Hi, hon. I'll give you. You still hungry? You want a little more to eat? Okay. Sure, hon. There you go, hon. Good girl. And one of your favorite treats. Hey, Linda. Thomas? It would help your depression for sure, Thomas. Yeah, there's a lot of data on this. Hey, Birdwatch. Definitely will. You know, and that's not to say that you're not going to be depressed and step into a big dog turd in the middle of the night or pee on the floor like I did the other night, but 99% of the time I love having a dog, and I can't think of any other example in life that provides you that kind of positive feeling that much of the time. Yeah, where do you live, Thomas? Where do you live? A lot of dogs need homes. Get the right kind of dog, though. Get the kind of dog that, you know, you don't want a 160-pound St. Bernard slobbering all over your face at 2 a.m. Watch about getting a dog that needs to be groomed. Super expensive. Don't get a retired greyhound. It'll cost you $10,000 in medical bills. Yeah, there ought to be, in your county or somewhere around there, you ought to be able to find one. But be smart. Don't get one with health problems. Don't get a purebred. Get a mixed. Better genetic combination. Boy, in a hot day today, a cold beer is good. I'm drinking a Corona. I think they're good. I think they're good. I think nothing beats a dog. Yeah, I think it's the way to go. But you got to get the right dog. You'd be right back in the shit bucket again. Not only will you be depressed, you got a dog that's driving you nuts. So really research and make sure you get the kind of dog that fits into your lifestyle. One that, you know, doesn't need to be around all the time, doesn't suffer separation anxiety. Now, one thing I'll tell you is a lot of dogs that come from pounds have behavioral problems.
I mean, a guy like me, that's all the more reason for me to want to adopt one. But I wouldn't say that would work out with someone that's just looking for a companion. When you step in a pile of shit after going to after the third year you've had it in the middle of the night and they chewed your gear shift knob off your car because you left them in there while you ran into the store for 5 minutes, that kind of takes the fun out of it. My neighbor got her as a rescue. I took my neighbor to get her, and then she had to go into an old folks home. I got very lucky with Daisy. I mean, if you know, Daisy's, I would pay any amount to keep Daisy alive at this stage of my life. No, it sucks, Dana. I'm sorry about that. I had to put 3 dogs to sleep in 6 months. No, it's depressing. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's too bad about Brittany. I mean, she came from a terrible environment from day one. You know, you think it was, she lived with her grandmother, and, you know, you tend to assume that, well, that's nice. Well, that was not nice. The grandmother was part of the problem. Hey, Buttercup. Yeah, they're so innocent and nice, you know. But, you know, this is a part of life. You don't want to hear that when you just lost your pet, but it is, you know. I've had it happen too. Yeah, mini pins are cute. You know, I'll tell you something though, Stacey. Everybody I know that had a mini pincher got rid of it, gave it away, or was just, I don't, you know, they just thought they were problems. I'm not sure why. I never talked to them about it, but I was up in northern Canada one time, up near Alaska, and there was a hotel you'd check into, and the owners lived upstairs, and they had a mini pincher, and that dog would run down the stairs like faster than the speed of light. He would hit your leg with like both paws, and then he'd run upstairs and let them know someone was in the lobby. So cute. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I'm not saying that you can blame her for everything, but she was part of the, you know, enabling. You know, you hear grandma and you think baked cookies and giving you money when you needed it, a safe, clean place to live. That wasn't happening. Love to chew shoes, yeah. Yeah, that gets old pretty quick. Unless you buy the shoes I do, and then it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it is. Do you have pets, Chrissy? Overdose, fentanyl, was in a coma for a month, and then died eventually of heart failure. Oh, definitely. But, you know, on the other hand, there are people that come from dysfunctional families that do well. So just like drug addiction, it's a combination of things. It's not one thing. Yeah. Yeah, the van's great. Oh, that's cool. Isn't that crazy, Stacey? Yeah, the people that bring you into this world contributed to your demise. Yeah. That's what I mean. The evolution of human beings, there are a couple major flaws. Drug and alcohol addiction, and the example that you just gave doesn't make any sense. Yeah. All right, Dr. Death. Yeah, have a good day. Good night. Oh, good, Mike. I don't know how, but I'm glad that it happened. You sure it was me? Yeah, that's kind of what Jesse went through, and Jamie. Yeah, their parents that helped them along. Is your mother still around, Stacy? Yeah, no kidding, Bug Man. You're not kidding. Is it hotter than hell down there too? Well, yeah, that life sucks. It really does. Yeah, man, in Jero, yeah, that's a bad life, man. It really is difficult. Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, I ignored my dad as he got older. I didn't have a problem with it at all. That song by Cats in the Cradle reminds me of that. Harry Chapin. Listen to the lyrics of Cats in the Cradle. Oh, good, Jamie. Good. Yeah, it's like that here. It is really hot. Yeah, I tell you, you never know. You don't even expect it to be this hot in June. Oh, you hardly talk. Yeah, I can understand why. Makes sense. Yeah, I sure can. I know the feeling. Oh, okay, Stacey. Oh, he did. No, he wrote it about the guy on the ranch. Well, Neil Young, I mean, I'm not sure of this, but I think he's an example of drug damage to your brain. Back, there's a YouTube video of him singing that where he talks about buying his place where he was living from an attorney in California. And then you fast forward to 25 years and he just seemed like there was something seriously wrong. And he seems like a total not now. Hey, Mary, how you doing? The legend? Yeah, I think that's more of a matter of time. Daisy's great. I left her home today. Oh, you do like that music, huh? Oh, that's a good idea. Good for you, Stacy. Yeah. Yeah. So here's what happened. So I go to the casino. I do everything I tell other people not to do. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. There was a guy playing the machine I wanted. I waited and waited. And actually, I sat down next to him and played a machine that I didn't really like, and I lost about $40. So long story short, I ended up going to a dollar machine and giving them back $200 that I won yesterday. No big deal. I was there for a couple hours, still fun, but I ignored all my own advice. 2 times I was up 30%, but I wanted to play that machine that guy never got off. So that's what happened. So anyway, I leave the casino and I'm sitting in my van and I see an older guy come out and he's in a truck behind me and he goes to start his truck and you can hear the solenoid clicking. And I'm thinking, this guy's not getting out of here today. I mean, I can explain the science to you, but people think that it's wintertime that ruins their batteries. You will notice in the winter when your battery's bad, it'll crank slow and you can't start it. And everybody assimilates cold temperatures with the performance of batteries when actually hot weather does much more damage to a battery than cold ever will. And today is a perfect example of that. I guarantee you there are airplanes sitting on ramps places and they can't start them. It's because the battery died and nobody can figure it out. Why? It's hot, it's not cold, it doesn't work that way. So I recognize when you're a battery shot. And just like happened today, you can hot start it with one of those battery packs as much as you want. The minute you take the cables off the battery, it's not going to continue to run. You're fucked. You need a new battery. There's no way around it. So I was sitting in my truck and I see the security from the casino come up to the guy, and the guy gets out with the battery pack. And they start that truck about 10 times, and then sure enough, it runs 3 seconds and quits. Then they decided to go to jumper cables, and I think you guys are wasting your time. There's no way around this. You need a new battery. So they jumped it, same thing, took the cables off, truck quit. So finally, I waited a while, and as I'm watching, I see a killdeer out the windshield. That's the picture that I uploaded, that orange cone. And I see a killdeer sitting on some eggs. So I go walk over there, sure as shit, 4 eggs, very common, can hardly see them, but the mother had been there for the whole time I was watching them try to start the truck. So I get out of my truck and I walk over. First I tell the security guard, I said, hey, thank you for trying to help this guy. And the guy says, yeah. He said, I don't know, I'm not supposed to be here. My wife doesn't really like me gambling. He said, I'm from Saginaw. He said, I'm fucked. I said, no, you're not fucked at all. I said, that battery isn't going to get you home. You need a new battery. I'll be glad to take you anywhere you want. Killdeer, the bird, K-I-L-L-D-E-E-R, K-I-L-D-E-E-R. He said, you're kidding me. I said, no, I don't give a shit. It's right up the road. It's no big deal. So really super good guy. And I got to know him, so we were heading down the road. And I said, well, how much did you lose today? He said, I lost a lot. I said, well, that's the way it works, I said, well, you didn't get a letter in the mail not to come back, so I know you're telling the truth. And he said, yeah. He said, and I said, I see you driving that kind of truck there. What are you into? And he said, I go to auctions and I resell stuff. And he proceeds to tell me a story about going to Greenville, Michigan, and winning an auction for $2,800, and within about an hour sold everything to a scrapyard for $36,000. And I said, well, it's not my business, but there's a lot of data on guys like you and me. And I was in the collecting business and auction business for a long time, and it's really a mental illness. And I said, looking back, even if you'd have had that same scenario come up, the best thing that you could have done was give that experience to your worst enemy, because that was the beginning of the end. He said, you're right. He said, I've been chasing auctions ever since. I said, yeah, I was like that. I've got out of it. I said, hopefully it doesn't take a month in a mental hospital, but it worked for me. And he said, you were in a mental hospital? It's like, yeah, I was. I said, I had problems with depression. And, I was always requiring a lot of stimulus, whether it was porn or skydiving or flying airplanes or, something. It couldn't just be regular life, taking as it came to me. I always needed some kind of thrill, and gambling provides that. Porn provides that. Going to auctions provides that. Being a compulsive buyer on eBay provides that. And he said, yeah, that's interesting. And he said, yeah. He said, I've lost so much money in the last year. I've been lying to my wife about 6 months. I said, well, have you ever considered getting help for this? He said, I have. He said, I've called the number and I always hang up. And he said, it's probably $100 a minute. And I said, no, it's free. As a matter of fact, gambling hotlines are free. They can help you. I said, you said you live down in Saginaw. I said, I'd be glad to buy you some books if you wanted. It's like, I know what mental behavior, where it can take you. And, I don't know you. And it's funny we should meet this way. He said, yeah, he said, I think that God sent me to you. And I said, well, I doubt it, unless God decided to turn his back on large organized porn collections. And he said, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, I don't think that God would be sending people with large porn collections to help people like you. And he said, well, what does that have to do with it? I said, it's right back to what we were talking about. After all, we have something in common. We're gamblers. I mean, for God's sakes, we met in the parking lot of a casino. And he said, you think it's related? I said, I absolutely sure do. And if you treated your auction behavior the same way you've treated your gambling behavior, I think you'd have some success. I really 100% encourage you, to work on this. He said, this has really, really been good, So before I took him to get a new battery, I said, now here's the funny thing, and this is how I'm going to know that you've got a problem, just like I did. Even though you dropped $500 today at a casino you're never going to get back, you're going to be pissed off that a good battery is going to cost you about $140. He said, you're exactly right. I said, even though that battery is going to get you back home, the cat's not going to be out of the bag with your wife, you've got something for your $140, and you got nothing for gambling away the $500 you're probably never going to get back. He said, I never thought of it that way. But prior to us taking that trip to get him a new battery, when I walked over to say that I'd be glad to give you a ride or help you out, the security guard, I said, I was sitting here watching you guys trying to help him out, and I noticed a killdeer out there and happens to be sitting on 4 eggs. He said, yeah, I'm really into birds. And he knew a lot about killdeers. And I said, well, not my business, but, I know they cut the grass around here. He said, no, do not worry about it. He said, I'll get a cone out there right away. And sure enough, he radioed somebody in a golf cart that came out there and actually took that orange cone and went and placed it near the 4 eggs of the killdeer. So it's not going to get run over by the lawnmower. And he ended up leaving, and we talked about birds for about 10 minutes. So the point of the story is, here you meet somebody exactly like you. It just so happens to be or in a place where it isn't exactly something you'd encourage someone to do. I mean, you can argue that you can go to places like this recreationally. This guy is going to go get some therapy. He actually was glad he met me. I was glad that I met him. And had I not stayed there long enough to make sure that he got his battery fixed and was on his way, I would have never noticed the killdeer sitting on the 4 eggs. So the point here is, he feels better. I'm glad I met him. And if all things go well, at least concerning a lawnmower at a casino that cuts the grass in the summertime, this is all good. Plus, he said he's going to be coming up to a West Branch in a week, and he wants to take me out for lunch. Super good guy. Great discussion. Talked about a lot of other things. And he actually made my day. And so did the security guard. It was just a good experience. But now you could say, well, yeah, that does sound like a pretty good day. But it almost negated me not following my own philosophy of what I tell people to do in a casino, because I won in another way. So it was a silver lining. So weird. So what turned out to just be a bend over Billy day turned out to be meeting a new guy, appreciating a security guard that went out of his way to make sure these eggs didn't get crushed. And it doesn't get any better than that. If you'd have told me before I went down here, this is going to cost you $200, I would have written you a check and not even gambled it away. Swear to God, it was my kind of day. I liked it, Yeah, good job, Mary. This guy's a pain in the ass. So it's really good experience. Yeah, sorry for any technical difficulties, Carhartt. See, he added another T. That's what I say, random good things. Now it can get you the other way too, which I'm well aware of, but all things considered, that in total, stupid as it sounds, helping the killdeer, running into another bird lover, meeting a great guy that now is going to address problems that he's ignored for his whole life. Now, here's another example, and this is another mini part of a silver lining. And I do this a lot. When people get a hold of me or it comes up in the midst of an impromptu discussion like today, I seem to have a lot more credibility when people knew that I was in two different mental hospitals for an entire month than had I not been. It almost seems like that's the fine line between credibility and blowing me off, that I don't know what I'm talking about. And maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But as you know, if you've been around a while, for lack of a better way of describing it, that was definitely a come to Jesus moment. And I changed my behavior. And actually, I had an absolutely fantastic conversation with Bugman today. You're a great guy. You're very knowledgeable. I think you would be an excellent drug counselor. And I hope that people would get a hold of you if they had a problem. And it was my pleasure. Thank you for talking to me. So all these things, I've had a good day today, you know. Yeah, but there are people out there. I mean, there are plenty of people that help people that you just don't know about. And there are people that receive help that are appreciative for it and help other people. And there are people that go around and rant and start trouble. And that's another reason why I like Tassie. Because even if we had a disagreement, she's not going to make a video about me being a serial killer or a pervert. Not happening. Oh, he left momentarily? Oh, okay. He was just here like 1 minute ago. He's a really good guy, yeah. Yeah, but you know, you just never know. No, I could get 4-stage pancreatic cancer next week. I don't think one's related to the other. In other words, I don't, and I don't think most people do. I don't think you try to do what you think's the good thing because I think I'm going to get paid back for it. I mean, if I went around and helped 50 people out of 50 burning cars, I don't think that is going to save me from whatever's coming down the pike down the road. But like I say, I am going to have the luxury of knowing that if that happens to me, none of my fucked up behavior got me there. It was just something that happened. It wasn't because of bad karma, which I'm 100% believer in. It was because those things happen, and you can be the best person in the world, and that's not going to take that away. I don't think because I did this little small good deed today that I'm going to win the Mega Millions. It just doesn't work that way, and I'm glad that it doesn't. Right? That's the way I look at it, yeah. Yeah, every day being an adventure, it's true. Now, you know, GoPro didn't get a hold of me today like they said they were coming. So maybe they got busy. Maybe they're not going to get a hold of me at all. I don't know. So it was really a good day. Tassie was on the chat earlier. I think that was. What'd you do today, Mary? Did you just hang low because it was so hot up there? Is it really hot there as well? Oh, okay. He's a really good guy. Really smart guy. No, Bugman and I talked about that quite a bit. Yeah, the disappointment in karma is the timetable, and he gave me a couple examples. I would agree with that. Yeah, that's true. You know, some real motherfuckers that, you know, just every time they turn around, they seem like they come out smelling like a rose, and it's frustrating. But I think it gets them in the long term. I really do. It could be 25 years of them buying, you know, new Corvettes every week. But I think it catches up to them. I've seen a lot of great examples of karma. The sponsorship? Are you talking to me, Fritzy? I would agree to a sponsorship like this, where I would tell the truth, which I have, as I've even told them in my email that they sent me that I had a GoPro 5. It was a piece of junk. I gave it to the neighbor kid after 2 times, but I love my GoPro 9. I recommend them all the time. I upload videos recommending them. And if I don't want a sponsorship where it's going to force me into line. So what I want a sponsorship for is to promote things that I think work well, like GoPro 9s, and give them away to people that have an interest in photography and time-lapse videos, or at least get what I'd really like is just a reduced rate if I bought GoPro 9s in bulk. with none of the extra side shit. That's what I'd really like. If they gave me like 20% off if I bought 20 of them, and I could give them away, and I wouldn't need to say anything about GoPro. But if I do, you know, you can take my sponsorship away any day you want. But if the GoPro 10s turns out to be a big piece of shit, I don't want to tell people it's good. Yeah. But here's the thing. It's like everybody has a price where you sell out. Let me give you an example. Me too. I just have a different threshold than I did 4 years ago. Let's say I have no money and I have some weird kind of cancer, and the only way that I can get it cured is by a $80,000 a month medication that insurance doesn't cover, that Medicare won't pay for. And it's the difference between life and death. And GoPro liked me, and they said they knew that I promoted their product. And the difference between me getting that medication and not was GoPro giving me enough money to cover this dollar amount, and it meant life and death. Would I say GoPro was good when it wasn't? I would, because I would think, well, is it that big a deal? It's just a camera. You justify fucked up behavior. So in a weird way, I'd be selling myself, but it would be to stay alive when the alternative would have been to die. And I'd rationalize and say, well, it's not perfect, but it does have its problem. What mechanical device doesn't? So you see what I mean? So what I've been lucky enough to avoid up till now, and hopefully it never happens, is that I haven't had to horror myself out. And I've been lucky to be in a position where I can tell the truth, because that could change. It isn't going to change for just money. It isn't going to change for just free cameras, but it could change in the worst possible scenario, like I just explained. It's fucked up. I hope it doesn't have itself, but everybody has a price, and everybody's behavior can be purchased. And if the bar's set low, you can take the high ground, and hopefully it works out that way till you die. But under certain circumstances, just like ransoms and bribery, don't ever think that you can't cave in, because you can. Oh, dog food? Yeah. I feed Daisy people food. Yeah, I hate to say it, man, but I know how it works. It really works. It's like that is, you know, it's like, thank God we've got laws, because, you know, like I said the other day, human behavior isn't all that different from animal behavior. You've got an attractive wife, people want to bang her and they flirt with her. If you've got a lot of money, they want to try and find out how to get some of it. It's just like the animal world. Oh, here's this idiot again. Can you believe there's morons like this out there? Shut your fucking jack off. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there under the ruse of helping you. Like I said, John Wayne Gacy said that all the kids he murdered and chopped up into little pieces, he said he gave them the love that their parents never gave them. That was his logic. So when you're dealing with a stalker from Indiana, you're never going to have a rational conversation, because it isn't in their capacity to do so. They're crazy. They're nuts. Like Tiffany. I mean, Tiffany's got a lot of good qualities, but Tiffany would be the kind of person that would say, you know, I'm going to help you. And she would take your parachute and take it out, and she'd put a pillow in there. And when you went to pull the ripcord and a pillow came out and you hit the ground doing 144 miles an hour, Tiffany would say, all as I told you is I was going to make that pack lighter to carry. This is the kind of logic you deal with some of these people. In her way, she thought that she was making my parachute lighter when I had it on the ground. So she replaced the parachute with a pillow. This is the Indiana mentality. And you can bring it up 20 times, and you can rehash it 20 times, but that's what you're going to get. Yeah. Sorry for the technical difficulties, Beanie. Yeah, this is what's going to happen to you. Shut up, Beanie. You're not going to do shit. We'll block you as many times as we need to. And I'm hoping I don't, but I may have to upload some more phone calls. I'm warning you people that, what's that, Jennifer? What are you talking about? I will if I have to. Yeah, good practice. What they do is they create all these, and they have 20 in the pipeline before they ever start harassing. What was Jennifer talking about? There's no goal. That's like talking to the son of Sam. Yeah. So that's the way it is. So I think I'm just gonna, keep on trucking forward. Same thing I've always done. I do think I'm gonna get into more legitimate productions. Like they may not be that marketable. That's okay. Something serious like maybe the Native American homeless, or following an active drug addict working girl around for 2 weeks and making a mini documentary out of it. I think my days are over of what you're used to. Yeah, life cycle and ants. Right? There's actually a Harvard professor that's published some excellent books on ants. He's from Alabama. If you Google his name, really distinguished guy. He's an expert on insects. I got all his books. Life cycle of ants. Ants are fascinating. But Edward Wilson, I think is his name. Edward Wilson, Dr. Edward Wilson. Yeah. Yeah, if you like insects, I'd highly recommend it. You can get some of those books really cheap too, Yeah, we're not worried about it, Beanie. Yeah. Not at all. Yeah, I'm gonna really look forward to it. And I'm gonna do a radio talk call-in thing in the fall. That's when I'm setting my thing up. You should do it, Liz. There's no science to it. I did it because I did photography for a long time, and I would run into those women when I would, get the newspapers. I used to get the Sunday news for both the Free Press and the Detroit News. Get a big coffee and go down by the river. And I'll tell you what sold me on the women. I was always curious about their life. And I would see them buy food for the birds and stray cats during the winter and then get in the car with the John. And that just really tweaked my heartstrings. It made me want to get to know them even more. Look, the working girls, minus a few, are excellent people. It has nothing to do with IQ. It's the addiction cycle. They're great, knowledgeable. Listen to what they say when I ask them the last book they read. So that's what made me do it. It was actually, I never thought in a million years anybody watched my videos, and for a long time they didn't. So it was all by chance. And they got kind of too popular. So I kind of backed off them. I am going to do them again. It's just Detroit's slow. I spent way too much time trying to hand out what I have. And I'm not doing donations anymore. I make enough money on YouTube now to cover everything myself. That'll save me doing the thank you videos, and I'm going to get right to the nitty gritty of how'd you get here. You're not going to have their last name, their Cash App, their email, nothing. You can thank people like Sharon and Amy in Indiana for that. That was the final straw. No, I did not, Tammy. Nah, I've seen so many eclipses. I'm kind of like bored. I'm about at the end. I don't think I'm going to go to any national parks. And I'm about ready to quit recording freighters. They just don't interest me like they used to. You know? Hey, Kevin. Hey, Diane. How you doing? So yeah, I do like doing it. You know. Hey, Mary, you working tomorrow and Friday too? Look at Mary's turning into a stalker now. Look at old Jeff timing Mary out. That's not the real Mary. It's not the real Mama Mary. That's that fucking beanie jack off. No, that's not the real Mary. Oh, that's all right, Mary. That's no problem. Yeah, people do it all the time. You know, too, and like I said before, I'm always willing to extend that olive branch. I mean, I'd rather get along with people than not, but some of these people make it so difficult. So with this in mind, I want you to know that with two-ton toothless Tessie in Texas, and Miss Piggy in Chattanooga, Tennessee, I'm going to offer this for you. Just to bury the hatchet and start over again. I am willing to come to Texas or come to Tennessee, and even though the temperature at the wedding reception is going to be 65, I'm willing to do one full slow dance with you and get soaking wet. That's how I'd like to start over. And I think that's quite an offer. I really do. You can't ever say that I haven't tried to put these things behind me. See you, Buck Man. Look at Cheryl. Cheryl is really pretty quick on the trigger for knocking people out of the water, too. Good job, Mary. What happened to you, Carhartt? Loser. Yeah, take it easy, Bug Man. Oh, yeah, it happens. Yeah, you can tell by what they say, though. Snowy Wolf, do you think that's reasonable? You think that's a reasonable? James, I never caught why you went on a diet. Is there anything specific, or you just thought it's a better idea in general? Mary, you ever see any of those killdeer birds up there where you live? The offer is that with two-ton toothless Tessie in Texas and Miss Piggy in Chattanooga, Tennessee, I'm willing to go to a wedding reception they're at. And even though the temperature is going to be 65 degrees, I'm willing to do a slow dance with both of them and get soaking wet. I think that's quite an offer. You can't ever accuse me of trying to make good on things. Thank you. Thank you. Are you sure you're seeing piping plovers? Are you sure they're piping plovers? Oh, good for you, James. Good for you. Is this just to stay healthier? You're not getting laid enough? You want a girlfriend and they seem to have problems with your weight? Is there any hidden agenda, or are you just trying to do the right thing for yourself? I'd be surprised if you had piping plovers up there, Mary. If you do, I want to know where they're at. I'd like to photograph them. Oh, they do, huh? Right now, currently? Oh, the pandemic. Okay, James. Okay. They were only down to like 19 pair of those for a while, piping plover. They got that little black line on the side of their face. Oh, interesting. Hope they're not drinking the water. That's a Baltimore Oriole. I was changing from the winter window to the summer screen, and I had it out, and for some reason that Baltimore Oriole flew in there, and once it got down low, it couldn't find its way out. Isn't that a beautiful bird? Of course, I'll never probably get, hey, Dolly, never get that close to one again. So I took a picture before I let him go. But it looks exactly like a blackbird, other than the orange. It's beautiful, and they're very small birds. I thought they were bigger. Now, that could have been a younger one. But what a cool looking bird. Yeah, go ahead, Simca. Don't get the A53. It's an absolute piece of shit. What a piece of junk. Maybe it's A51. Either one of them, terrible. See you, Beanie. Bye-bye. Absolutely the worst phone. The camera sucks. The video's not bad, but the camera sucks. I mean, I had phones 20 years ago when they first came out that had better cameras for thumbnails than this one. Total junk. I give him a shitty rating everywhere I can. It's junk. And it got bad ratings. I was just pissed off. The other phone quit working. I needed one right away. Piece of shit. Total junk. Go read the reviews. I should have read them. Junk. You want to get it because it's the cheapest of the smartphones and it has 5G. Total junk. If you want good photos, or look at my camera when I do my lives, it's terrible. It's blurry 90% of the time. In low light, it's terrible. Don't get that one. Even if you've got to pay whatever to get another one, don't get it. It sucks. And all this is spelled out, and I didn't bother researching it. Yeah, piece of junk. That's the one I have. Don't get it. Get anything but it. Some things are good about it, like everything else, but the photos are terrible. Not if you take a photo, but a thumbnail, even the video's not bad, but the low light capabilities are terrible. No, I was in Standish, Michigan. That's a nice casino down there in Hollywood. I've never been to it, but I go by it a lot. Michigan lost a lot of business to that casino. Yeah. I don't know, Cynthia. Don't believe those salespeople, though. That's straight commission. They'll tell you anything. They got me. I was desperate. I needed a phone right away, and it wasn't $1,900, so I went with it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's what gets you on a lot of things if you're in a hurry. Me included. This phone sucks. I'm still thinking of sending it back. Yeah, I don't think you can. I forgot if you can even get into this A51. I don't think you can. Maybe you can. SIM cards are cheap.
I wish I hadn't got it. I'm still thinking of sending it back. So I got the insurance and all that. Oh, good for you. Well, the reason I got sloppy on because I've always got video cameras, GoPros, Nikons, Canons, Sonys. Didn't really pay that much attention, but I never realized it would, in this day and age, that a new cell phone, no matter what you pay for it, could take such a shitty thumbnail. A Samsung A53, a piece of shit. I mean, look at my photos on my lives. It's terrible. Look at the video, like if I'm doing one in my bedroom or I'm driving down and it's not bright light. Sucks. It's got like 5 lenses. I haven't even used the other ones because, I don't care that I can take a picture of an ant. I want the damn thing to work while I'm driving down the road. Now the video of food or even a photo of food is pretty good. It's the thumbnails and doing live streams. Yeah, do that. Click on that. Good advice, Mary. Yeah, that's what I should have got to refurbish. The pictures and videos, like I said, but it's the thumbnails and the streams that are terrible. The night capability sucks. That's why I got that new Canon camera, because the Sony's got some pretty neat features, but I can't even take a video of an airplane landing. It's so shitty. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And I've had it almost 2 years. So that ought to be dying out. I mean, I use my camera like in a commercial sense all the time. So 2 years is pretty good for an $850 camera. Yeah. Hey, if you see this Tommy D on there, if any of you moderators see this Tommy D, get rid of him. Hey, did anybody win the Lotto 47? My Gmail's acting up lately. Can't send a message too hot. I don't know why that is. You just wouldn't believe the nonstop crazy emails I get. I told you that stupid Crocra emailed me, and so did Sharon. She texted me. Oh, you're working a lot? No, okay. See you, Buttercup. You take care. Yep. Oh, 12 million? Okay, I have to get some then. Yeah, none of the pots have been worth a shit. They really haven't.
I mean, you know, anything's good, right? But you get spoiled. Who wouldn't rather have 400 million than 10 million? Yeah, that's true, Simke, you're right. This was a really fragmented, crazy text, and it was definitely from her. He's 2020, I think. Yeah, young guy. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. He's a good guy. He was talking a lot of shit the other night. And, man, I just could not believe that that was him. Oh yeah, total scammer, troublemaker, backstab. I think it's pretty easy to decipher the real Sharon. Her channel's dying. All the moderators have left except the new one she's created. Now people have seen through that. I will give old two-ton toothless Tessie from Texas some credit. And rather than just, you know, keep her mouth shut, when Sharon texted her and told her that she hadn't been in rehab, she let the cat out of the bag. Oh, that's right. What is his birthday today, Frisky? I'm glad. Thanks for remembering that. Is his birthday today? Hey, Crime Ghost, how you doing? I forgot about that. Yeah, I knew it was coming up. Yeah, I think he's 20. Would you see it on his Facebook or something? Hey, Sean. Yeah, she's a total scammer. But it's pretty easy to figure out now. I think that shtick is over. That's not the first time that's happened. She actually looked at herself as a celebrity. And these people still can't figure out why Maddie has 11,000 subscribers and why Sharon will never have more than 1,800. And she got those all from recommendations from other people. Her channel's over. So is Two-Ton Toothless Tessie and Miss Piggy. Those channels have topped out. And Debbie, bulging, blue-eyed Roy Orbison lookalike from Flint. Her channel's been stuck in the mud for 2 years. Yeah, they probably are, but it's nothing like it was before, Sean. Well, no big deal, I guess. They were warned. Oh, that's a fake, Cheryl? Oh, okay. You sure that's not the real Cheryl? Cheryl, quit divulging your secrets. Mary, I would have expected that to come from you. Yeah, it's true, Sean. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah, they all had bad grammar. Well, that's something that bulging, blue-eyed, Roy Orbison lookalike, two-ton toothless Tessie, and Miss Piggy have. None of them can spell. They can't put together anything that makes any sense. They know nothing. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, because you live in Louisville. It's a good guess, Cheryl. Even if you were just taking a stab in the dark. They got to quit putting things together that are not actually occurred. It wasn't that obvious with Cheryl's because we don't know her that well. Yeah. Hey, Lady Sola, how you doing? I feel flattered. Yeah, yeah, I think she should. That's a good way of putting it. You know, Sipka's got a good point. Oh, thank you, cat lover. Get a picture of a Tasmanian devil for me, will you? Good eye, Mary. Good eye. That's all right, Cheryl. Anytime. We wouldn't think less of you if you did, by the way. First thing I thought is, can I watch? Everybody's got a hobby. You don't have to agree with it. Oh, well, 4 cats. No, you're not, Carhartt. No, not admitting that. No. No, it's not. Not in Cheryl's case. Yeah, I can, so you're right. Yeah. That's my wife. Yep. You know who it is. Get rid of this Bill Sanchez too. Get rid of this Tommy D guy if he comes on too. Again, I don't know. That's a good question, Bobby Joe. I don't know. It's a good question. I thought I was going to be down there for this guy that wanted me to look at some antiques, but I don't think that's coming together. Yeah. BBC. Terry, now you surprised me the other night when you came on. It was a little different part of your personality than you showed. So, you know what big BBC means? All of them, but since that night, everybody's getting reblocked again. Almost 7,000. Almost 7,000. I mean, that's between me and other people, Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was like 6,800 something. There you go, Mary. Yeah, that's a good guess. Sure. No, that list will be up there again in a month or two. That's a couple or 3 months worth. Yeah. Yeah, just keep blocking them. I don't care. No, go ahead, Bobby Joe. That's subjective. Let me have it. What is it? Oh, okay. Terry Joe. Okay. That's my girl. I didn't think you would. Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense then. I mean, they think they do. I don't know if they do or not. I would tend to guess yes because they have nothing channels. They haven't been around, and people say they get recommendations to watch them. So I think that's the downside of algorithms. So I think if you're starting a channel and nobody knows you, and you're getting more traffic driven your way, probably yes. Right. I thought that seemed kind of out of order to you. Yeah, do you know what that means, Terry? Well, there are things that are legal that are like meth that do help obesity. Yeah, there are medications like that. Yeah. They use them for narcolepsy, but they're stimulants that curb your appetite. Oh, hell yeah, Christy, all the time, big time. Health is subjective. I mean, there's so many people out there that think that all these people need is rehab, and that couldn't be more wrong. Okay, Terry. I didn't think you would, and I want to make sure I got the right Terry. If you just said, hell yeah, I know what it is, I would have suspected a fake profile. Luckily, I didn't use the same criteria for Simca and Mary. I knew that they knew what it meant for the right reasons. That's good. That's a good answer. Yeah, they're really strange. They sure are. Yeah, big time. Especially when you get on the internet, you know. Like I tell people, it's a private channel with public access. Yeah. That's, there's too many variations, Chrissy. I mean, it's individual. You know, it's a like a no one thing, you know. Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's it. Yeah, people always use them. Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah, here, summer. Yep. It's been in the air conditioning all day. I mean, pugs, Lhasa, Shih Tzu, all those dogs have a real difficult time with heat. Yeah, Daisy absolutely hated outside today. I think hers is mainly allergies and just, you know, the configuration of their nasal passages. Yeah. Go to Pornhub and type in BBC and you'll know right away. Yeah, I think that's probably, I'll go along with it, Johnny. Yeah. Yeah, I still do them. I do, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Urban Dictionary. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a better way. Terry, go to Urban Dictionary. Yeah, case by case, it's true. Yeah. No, no. Yeah, cocaine's a rough drug on your cardiovascular system now. Big consequences, long-term use. Just ask Michael J. Fox and Robin Williams and Kirk Gibson. All right, Johnny, good luck. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Did you get your check today? Did it come in the mail? I hope you did. Oh, good, good. Did it come today or yesterday? Did you go deposit it yet? Go put it in the bank. Go plan on getting that tomahawk. Yeah, Mike, I will try. Sure will. Yep. Oh, you're gonna go Saturday, huh? Good for you. Good. Have you checked? Are you gonna go to Ruth Chris? And have you checked out what you're gonna order? And is 250 gonna cover it? Okay, put it in the bank so you can get going. You know, they may give you some bullshit on that check clearing because it's out of state. Yeah, big time, Terry. Yep. Cumulative too. No, that's what it'll cost. If you get the big steak, couple beers, and pay your Uber ride, that's about it. And a 20% tip. Hey Joe, how you doing? How you feeling? You still keeping on the right track? Oh, good. Congratulations. Hey Shannon. Where's that at, Sean? Oh, that's no problem, Stephanie. Thank you too. All right, Bobby Joe. Yep. Have a good time. Yeah, you'll have a good time. It's nice just doing something like that alone. You're not forced into any boring conversation. Oh yeah, that's true, Sean. That's true. Yep. Yeah, it happens. That's crazy people, Carl. Sure are. Real nut jobs out there. Yeah, big time. I don't know why they do it. People are crazy. I don't know why. Oh, Waco, Texas. Hi, Jack. Hi, Nick. What do they got where the old Camp Davidian burned down? What is there? Anything? Is it a vacant lot with a sign, no trespassing, or they build something over it? Oh, you better believe it, Shannon. Big time. Yeah, so true. Hey, Red Eye Patriot, how you doing? Oh, pouring rain. What part of Kentucky you in down there? No, start a channel. Don't let that stop you. I would say start one. Because you can always block them and delete them and take away their nasty comments. I would do it. Oh, okay, Berea. I was down there when I was in Kentucky. It's a nice area down there. You ever go over there and check out that Quakers thing where those Quaker houses are built and farms? Yeah, I like a nice rain. I wish we would get it, you know. Hey Nicole, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, just make it about anything, and then you can slowly morph into what interests you, Tammy. Hey, Katie. No, it's not at all, so it's not. It's not true. Oh, good for you. Hey, Rod, how's it going? How are you? Hey, David. Yeah, you're right, Sully. It's true. Yep. No, not worth a shit. Yeah, there's one over on 22nd in Michigan, the old community hospital, Southwest Community Hospital. But no, all the rest of them are boarded, locked up. The Packard plant's basically been demolished. Fisher bodies, they welded the doors shut. Train stations being redone. Now there's not much left. The church, St. Agatha's Church, is all boarded and welded shut. Those days are over. Oh, South Waco's like that, huh? Oh, okay. Hey, but what is in the old Camp Davidian site? What is where that compound used to be? What did they do there? Anything? Yeah, it's true, Jerry. It's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, a church, huh? Really? You mean a church in Delray? There is a one, but oh, okay. Well, I think I'm going to sign off for you guys. I hope you guys had a good night. Thanks for the chat. I'm going to let Daisy out a little bit, check my mail. So thanks for coming on. Yeah, see you, Nick. All right, Cheryl. Yep, see you, Sully. Thank you. See you, Rod. Sure will. See you, Mary, Simca, Cheryl, Stacy. I don't blame you. Amish ice cream. You know. All right, Nicole. Yep. I'll see you, Terry Joe. Oh, are you buffering? Well, it's a good time to sign off then. Well, have a good rest of your evening, you guys. I'll talk to you later.